Thin privilege. Now, it's not a mythical creature or something made up.
Actually, it's completely made up. Completely.
You gotta be so good that they can't ignore you, especially the ones that ain't done shit for you. Yeah, you know exactly what I mean. They stab you in the back and then they ask why you're bleeding. I don't trust words, I trust actions. I don't care what you heard, I'm not slacking.
My name is Alan Roberts. This is Everyday Day Fitness. Like, subscribe, click the notification over here. Share my videos. Subscribe to my second channel, Alan Roberts, my opinion, of course. Can be linked above, below, at the end, and all those places. Please and thank you. That was the beginning clip of a video sent to me on my Facebook group. It's Everyday Day Fitness on Facebook. I'm Everyday Day Fitness on Instagram too. You should check that out. But anyway, from the BBC network about thin privilege. Thin privilege. What? Just random ass bullshit is this stuff?
If you're thin, you have a certain privilege, or if you're perceived to be thin and healthy in the eyes of society, you have that privilege.
You are not granted privilege for being thin. You are just not granted it. As somebody that's been fat before, you are not granted privilege. You are granted privilege for being obese, if you ask me. You are granted privilege that a thin person would not actually be privy to. You are granted the privilege of taking up more fucking space.
The everyday tasks that a thinner person can take for granted can leave a plus-size person like myself feel full of anxiety, burden, and upset.
I'm glad you brought up burden, because the burden you're putting your body under is something you should actually do something about. Like, you are under burden the entire time. Any obese person is under an unneeded amount of burden due to their own body weight. It is just facts. Complaining about, anxiety because of your choices. They are your choices.
Feelings that they don't belong and don't deserve a place in the earth.
Makes you feel like you don't have a place on this earth. Fucking please. Are you kidding me? You're in the majority. You're in the vast majority. The majority of people are overweight or obese. In the UK and in the United States, where you're mainly talking about, the majority of people are overweight or obese. You're not a person of size, by the way. You're fat. You are fat. You are an obese person. You have excess body fat. Way too much excess body fat. That you are not a person of size. You are not. That stuff's ridiculous. Just call yourself what you are. I mean, there should be, you should be accepting of where you are. Part of fat acceptance is accepting that you're fat. I'm amazed by this so far. You don't have a place on this earth. There's way more obese people than there are in shape people. I mean, how can you be in the majority of people because you're in the overweight crew and complain?
So, public transport, what a nightmare for plus-size people.
You are not plus size. You are obese. You're fat. I mean, plus size. So what's plus size? What exactly is plus size? I understand it's like a fashion thing, but you are not a plus size person. You're obese. You are. I mean, you're plus size is like, what is exactly plus size? I've seen Tess Holliday, who's well over 300 some pounds, call herself plus size. You don't look as big as Tess, but you're still plus size. What would I be? I have a bigger frame than the average male my size. Am I plus size? What exactly does plus size refer to? I mean, like, you're just a person. You are an obese person.
Just think, can you sit in a seat and not be met with sighs, huffing, puffing, and someone squirming in the seat next to you, making you feel uncomfortable and knowing that they don't want you to be there?
I've actually got quite a few things to say about this, because speaking as a person who used to weigh 260 pounds and wore a 52 regular jacket, I know when I took any type of transport that didn't involve my own car, such as an airplane or a bus or something like that, I felt like shit for the person next to me. I really did. Like, you'd be walking down the airline aisle and you'd be looking, and there'd always be that person who, like, you locked eyes with and you realized they were sitting next to you, and that poor person, which normally for some reason seemed to be a person my size also, we knew we were about to get intimately acquainted with each other, because we were going to be touching each other the whole time, because I am taking up more space than the seats were designed for. And I know this, and I knew this. So I did whatever I could to sit sideways or whatever to make sure that the person who paid the same amount of money as me, who actually takes up less space, I made sure I wasn't trying to take up their space because they paid the same I did. It's not their fault that I am bigger than them, that I am taking up more space than what is allotted to the money I paid. So therefore, I felt like shit, and I did not blame them for being upset that I was actually taking up a big portion of their space when I couldn't avoid it. The thought concept that they're upsetting you by them being upset that you're taking up more space than they're taking up while they pay the same as you is egregiously a privilege, if you ask me. You think because you're larger, you should be privileged to their space, to more space than them because you're larger. That is asking for a privilege, if you ask me. That means you think you deserve more space than them you deserve more for the same amount of money. It's the same thing as that crazy lady talking about the fat tax and how plus size clothes cost more because they use more material. It's just stupid shit like that makes people think that this is ridiculous because it is. And you're sitting there thinking like, oh, they're making you feel uncomfortable. Lady, if you are encroaching upon their space, you are making them feel uncomfortable.
Shopping, can you go into 99.9% of the high street and shop, try on, and take an outfit away that very same day? I don't shop on the high street and not actually been able to go and enjoy the experience of shopping.
Really? Because last I checked, there was entire companies like Torrid and a few others that had only clothes for obese and overweight women. Only clothes for obese and overweight women. That my wife, who is a yoga instructor, does not have stuff like that. Most really fit women don't have stuff like that. So you have the privilege of having entire companies based around what you should wear. You have that's an entire privilege of entire companies based around overweight and obese women. To be real, fit women do not have that. They really, really don't. It is hard. My wife will shop for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours for a pair of jeans, and they'll either be too long when they actually fit, her waist and thighs and butt, or they'll be too short when it's an impossible thing for her. We will shop for hours and hours and hours for her to find nothing that actually fits her, because for the most part, since fit women are in the minority, for the most part, there is nothing for them to purchase. You have entire stores, entire companies completely dedicated to making clothes for overweight and obese women. How is that not a privilege?
Grabbing something to eat, just think, can you pop into a bakery, pick up a donut?
Just think about not popping in there and picking up a donut the size of your head.
And you sit there and then enjoy it, and not feel that you've been met with stares or comments, because even though I'm confident, I cannot do that.
Then you're not confident. If you can't do it, then you're not confident. That's the total contradiction. But I will tell you this, you feel out of place getting a donut. I think you would actually feel rather in place getting a donut. Seeing as how, again, 70% of the country, 70% of both of our countries, of the UK and the United States, are overweight or obese, I'm pretty sure that everybody in there looks very similar to you. While I personally love Dunkin' Donuts, love you, motherfucker. Coffee. Oh, God, I love the fucking coffee. But I stay away from the donuts because as a former fat person, I want to make sure that I'm not fat anymore, because you know why? I like life. I want to live for a while. You are sitting there eating a donut the size of your head, and you're wondering why people are staring at you because you're eating a donut the size of your head. That's not even moderation. Just to be real, you are obese. You should not be eating donuts. People may be looking because you are already obese. You've eaten enough donuts. You should try to get to a healthy lifestyle. And to just be clear, if you think you get discriminated against or you get looks by that, try bringing broccoli and fish to work in a Tupperware container sometime. Try being around a bunch of people, like just the average population, and trying to only order like the veggies and a protein at dinner, and watch in amazement. Watch as when you say, no, I'm not going to have any of the breadsticks today when you go to Olive Garden or wherever. Watch the looks of the people's faces. Watch the look on the server's face when you're like, no, I'm not having that. They'll remark on, oh, we're a healthy eater, or you should live a little because you're already thin. You watch, you act like you get discriminated against for eating a donut. I'm pretty sure that is ridiculous. I'm pretty sure that shit's in your head. For the most part, people may say something to you like, maybe you shouldn't. That's because maybe you shouldn't. Maybe you shouldn't. But I can tell you this right now: when you try to eat healthy, it is, first of all, way harder because most menus are not focused around healthy eating. But two, people look at you a lot more crazy in today's society than if you eat a cheeseburger. If you eat a cheeseburger, normal. Most people eat those weekly. If you eat fish and broccoli, there must be something wrong. Are you training for something? Did you get some bad test results? No, motherfucker, I just want to be healthy. I'm in amazement at how, again, a person that does something that the majority of people do, like in any office right now, if you're in an office right now watching this, I guarantee you there's some sort of Danish or donut somewhere in that office. If you have an office full of people, somebody thought to bring them. It's totally the normal.
I've had comments or being like stared at. It's just really uncomfortable. You just can't enjoy the moment.
But you seem pretty comfortable still doing it, don't you?
Going to the doctors. Are you able to go and be seen and diagnose what is actually wrong with you? Or is the appointment turned into a weigh-in session?
Oh, the doctor thing. I always love how all of a sudden obese people think that the doctor's wrong when the doctor says you're overweight, you should lose weight. Like the person who's, I don't know what this woman in particular, I don't know what she does, but I always find it hilarious when they're told something they don't want to hear. Like, our society's so fucked up. You're told something you don't want to hear by a doctor, so therefore the doctor must be wrong. Don't talk about my weight. What's wrong with me? Your weight! Your weight is wrong with you. You weighing too much for your frame. It's going to give you osteoarthritis. You weighing too much for your knees, it's going to make your cartilage deteriorate. You weighing too much for your spinal column, it's going to give you disc degeneration.
And how you can improve your diet and lose weight, and you're walking away with no prescription.
If the healthiest thing for you is to lose weight and not actually be put on a prescription on a chemical substance to change your body chemistry in some way, why would you not just get healthy? The doctor is prescribing you something. The prescription is to lose weight.
Or no answers to what is actually wrong with you. And to be honest, I actually avoid going to the doctors now just because I don't feel like I'm taken seriously.
A person goes to school full time on a very serious career into their 30s. Into their 30s, education out the ass. So much money, so much time, so much effort involved in educating themselves about the human body. They examine you. They talk to you about what the issues are with your health, which again includes your weight. And then you just blow it off because they won't even tell you what you want to hear. And they're the ones not taking you seriously. Like, you have determined in your complete lack of knowledge of medical science and being not a doctor, you've decided that they're not taking you seriously because they're not telling you what you want to hear, something besides your weight. When in fact, the medical professional is telling you to lose weight and then you don't take them seriously. That's privilege. That type of stupidity is privilege. It really is. That type of ignorance is privilege.
And let me stop you right there if you say that healthy and thinner people deserve this privilege, because this whole thing actually has nothing to do with anybody's health. Just because someone's smaller, just in the same way as someone's bigger, there's no way that you could diagnose someone's health just by looking at them.
I can look at a picture of Eugenia Cooney, a person I did a video about about a month ago or a couple weeks ago, who I heard is actually getting help for her anorexia, and that is awesome. But I can take a picture and look at her and tell you she's unhealthy. I can look at you and look at how much visceral fat you're carrying in around your stomach. I can tell you that you have fat all around your organs, that you are putting yourself at risk for fatty liver, for all sorts of, coronary artery disease has got to be a huge concern for your doctor, for you. I can look at you and tell you that you are unhealthy. I can tell you you're unhealthy, literally, and I've made a video on this before too, because of gravity, because you are carrying too much weight for your load-bearing joints. You are carrying more weight than your body was actually genetically designed for. That is unhealthy. I can look at you and tell you you're unhealthy. Now, there may be other factors that you are healthy with. You may be metabolically healthy for right now, even though you have a massive increased risk of being diabetic. You may not have coronary artery disease or cardiovascular disease or something like that, but you have a massive increased chance of getting it. You may not have any of those other issues, but I can tell you this right now. You are standing, therefore you are unhealthy because you are carrying about 100 pounds to 150 pounds more than what your frame was designed for. You are unhealthy.
You wouldn't go up to a thin person or comment on pictures listing off all the health problems that they may or may not have. Yet again, another privilege. So I can put a picture up on Instagram and I'm listed with everything that's wrong with me. Of course, none of it is true because nothing's wrong with me.
On top of what I said before about gravity, I would imagine you have some sort of unhealthy relationship with food too, which is why you can't keep it off. You can't seem to say no to yourself. You have some sort of impulse control issue. You maybe need to seek counseling about that too. So yes, I am totally diagnosing you because I can look at you and tell you you are unhealthy. That is not meant to be an insult to you. young lady. That is meant to help you. Just like your doctor who went to school into their 30s was trying to help you, tell you to lose weight, because you should lose weight. I can easily look at you and then again tell you you're unhealthy. And as for the social media thing, you know what fit people get? Fit people get people like you, automatically accusing them of using drugs, automatically accuse them of having no life or being obsessed about fitness. It happens. It's called social media. It's a wicked, evil thing. It really, really is. But you're the one posting on it. Just to be honest, you're the one posting on it. You don't need to post. You do not need to post pictures to Instagram if you do not like the results. You don't. You absolutely do not. You do not need to subject yourself to that. That is a choice. Again, just like how much you overeat, a complete and total choice. You do not get the right to bitch about your own choices. You being held accountable for your own choices, that's actually what we call adulting. And since you are an adult, even though you're one that apparently does not want to take responsibility for their own actions in life, unfortunately, that's not how life works. And I am unfortunately one apparently to have to inform you and the rest of you obese or overweight people out there that think that for some reason, because a person takes care of themselves, watches what they eat, works out, there's some sort of privilege connected with that. That is not a privilege. A privilege is something that's given. When you work out to be healthy and take care of your own weight and take care of your own health and take care of your physicality, that is earned. Just like you have earned shopping at Torrid, just like you have earned being part of the fat acceptance movement, just like you have earned being called apparently what you consider plus size. That is something you earn, just like the person that is thin earns it. It truly is ridiculous. The two differences the difference is that a thin person saying you're unhealthy can say that. You know why? Facts. I mean, it is just scientific proven fact that being overweight and obese is unhealthy for you. It is just fact. It's physics and fact. Just the same way as being dramatically underweight is unhealthy for you. It is just fact, people. I mean, we live in a society where we just want to look past this. I say this all the time, and I truly mean this. And if you are watching my video and if you are upset by me picking on this woman, which I am not doing, I am just stating facts, I would rather hurt somebody's feelings by telling them the truth than watch them die by telling them a lie. And that's just my 2 cents on the matter. My name's Alan Roberts. Hit me up on Instagram at EverydamnDayFitness. Hit me up on Twitter at EverydayFitness. Also on Facebook at EverydamnDayFitness. Now my internet at EverydamnDayFitness.net. Facts are just facts. God damn.